This is the Badger Renegade Krome. I'm going to do a disassembly and assembly of the brush in case you ever need to do any maintenance, cleaning, or need to repair something. And plus show you everything inside the box. First thing you will notice is an instruction manual, maintenance, troubleshooting, things like that, as well as a parts breakdown with the part numbers. Looks like this one has a little extra needle kit as well, so it's a air cap, a nozzle, and a needle. The brush is a little long for the box, so they have taken off the back of the needle adjustment. Let's put that on here for a second. Alright, so the Renegade Krome. I guess the first thing I'll start with is the air valve. I'll just grab some anti-marring pliers, give that a little bit of a twist, then it should come off the rest of the way. I believe you can buy individual parts for the air valve, so if you ever need to service it, some of those should be available, but you can also buy these complete as well. So you will notice a little Allen wrench that you get in the box. And it's hard to see, but right here is where the Allen would go. And that's how you would release the two parts from inside the casing. So it's just a tiny brass screw there on the end. And then the tiny spring will fall out. And then you can remove the plunger as well. Careful during this part, everything's real easy to lose. So there's your air valve components. I'll remove the front of the handle. This screw here, so you can adjust your needle adjustment depending how far back. If you might want to stop it at a certain area for that nice sweet spot with only a certain amount of paint you want to release, you can dial that in or dial it back. If you go all the way in, you won't have no trigger movement at all. So I'll remove the back handle. Now I have access to the needle chuck screw. Once I loosen that, this will allow me to take the needle off. While it's on, the needle should move with it together. Once you loosen it, the needle shouldn't move at all. That's what holds it in place. Now I can remove the needle, the needle chuck screw. Now I'll remove the needle guide. There's a couple components to this little setup here. So here's the needle chuck, the guide, and there's a little brass looking screw here on the end. This holds the spring inside that guide. This also adjusts the tension for that trigger. You can have it in or out depending on your preferences. Unscrew that and the spring will fall right out. Once the needle is out, the trigger can easily fall out as well as that trigger lever. They are not attached to the needle chuck like on some. Now there's just a lid for your fluid cup and the protective cover for the front end. Most Badger models, the needle sticks right out the front, and not all of them, like this Renegade Krome, have a protective crown cover, so the needle is always exposed. This will keep that protected during shipping or while you're storing it. Now I will also remove the packing seal inside the body with a maintenance tool. Just reach in there, give it a counterclockwise turn. You'll feel it grab and click. And just keep turning until you feel that screw come out with you. I like to hold it like this because it'll usually come out on my screwdriver. But if not, just give it a tap or two. And it'll come right out of it. I like to leave it on my tool if I can. So I'll put that there. And now it's just some front end parts. This is a protective cover, air cap, crown cover, I would say. And then a hold down ring. This is what holds your nozzle in place. Everything's jumping off of this brush today. And then that will expose the nozzle, which is just compression fit to the body here. And that's pretty much a breakdown of it for service or whatever you might need to do. Okay, so now we'll just put it back together. I'll start with the front end. I'll grab my protective hold down ring, and I like to take the needle and rest the nozzle onto the needle so I can drop it in place. This nozzle is so small, it's hard for me to do. And usually I can drop it in place and line it up better so I can screw it back onto the body. I will face it down so I'm not forcing anything, because everything needs to line up together. And as it screws on tight, that nozzle will center onto the body. Now I can put the protective cover back on, protective crown cover. I'll reassemble my air valve, pointy part, plunger of it in first. Give it a little push there. Now I can reinstall the tiny spring and the screw that holds it all in place. Make sure you lock that in with your Allen wrench tool. And now you can put the air valve back onto the body. Just screw it back onto the bottom. Grab some anti-marring pliers and marry it to the body. Now the slot's fairly small on the Krome, so I have to take my lever for the trigger and turn it sideways. And then twist it. It's a little bit of a dance. It takes some time to get used to, but it's not too bad. Once I have it resting like that, I can put my trigger in. And then I face it forward and then it falls right into there. And usually stays. Now I'm going to put together my needle guide and spring and chuck. Spring back inside the guide. Tension screw back on. Wherever you might want to have it for your settings. And the chuck. Now you will notice there's a flat spot on the guide itself and the needle chuck. That will allow it to go further into the guide. If it's misaligned or sideways, it won't go past this far. So you need to have that aligned for when you go back into the body, because you want the needle guide as far forward as it'll go. So right away, because of the lever on the spring trigger, you will see I already feel some tension there, so I just give this a little twist and now it's into the guide, and then I can start screwing again. It might happen again, so you just give it a little turn and a twist and then keep installing the guide. Make sure everything feels well. That should be nice and smooth, and you're all set. Now you can put the screw back on and reinstall the needle. As I'm doing this, I'm looking down and I'm noticing that I never put the packing screw back inside. But it's just reverse order of how you took it out. Now you can put the back handle back on, put your lid back on, and the protective cover. And that's a disassembly and breakdown of the brush itself. As a reminder, don't forget your packing seal inside, or you're gonna get paint onto the handle. That's what it's for. Thanks for watching, everyone. Get them here at spraygunner.com.